Laura, and today is day 22, and the topic of the day is hips circle with shimmy or pelvis circle with shimmy, as you want to call it. As you know, in belly dance, every teacher has his own names, has his own repertoire, how to say. We don't have really fixed names, so I give you the different most common names. So let's start with this move that is also very much used, especially in Egyptian dance, especially in the Rakshaki. We have to add, is a layering also, the circle, the big or small circle of the hips with the shimmy. As always, you understood, I think already, that shimmy never comes alone. Yes, it can come alone just in parallel moment with some expressions, but once you know the technique, the basic technique that I already explained, you should master it in adding to other moves or other techniques, and this is the interesting and the impressive also, because shimmy is just a kind of accessoire, how can I say, a decoration, sorry, I couldn't catch the name, a decoration of another main move, and you have to leave it like this, to feel it like this, something that you can add and take out as you want, depends on the feeling of the music. So let's start. First of all, let's come back to the main move of rotation, and as always, we have to make a big circle or small circle. Let's start with a small circle of our hips, starting from front, side, back, and side. This is part of the family of undulation, and this is the main one, as it includes it all, let's say. And normally when we do this, of course, we keep our upper body always straight, but in this case most also of our legs are straight, or we bend just the minimum, just to keep our pelvis horizontal to the floor. And this is the normal technique, correct? Now we want to add the shimmy, so once we understood about this move, that of course you can do also in the other direction, now we can add our shimmy, but here there is a problem, because this move requires straight leg and the shimmy requires bent knees, so who will win? Of course, we will stay in the middle, so we have to learn how to manage these two qualities of straight knees and bent knees, so sometimes we stretch, sometimes we bend, and sometimes one knees work different from the other according to the move. So let's start front, and let's start to do a small shimmy. Of course, if you see me from the side, I will start with front. I try to push more than I can my pelvis forward without exaggerating, without involving my upper body. This is very important. The upper body should not move at all. And I will try to make my shimmy, that of course will not be really powerful because I cannot bend my knees much, remember this. And also I want to keep it soft, I don't want to lose my main move. So again, little bit of shimmy, then go to the side, and we already saw this in lesson number 3, I think, in day 3. And here we have one knee more bent than the other one to manage this position, and then we go back, we try to keep our belly button in, and also in this case I use my knees but less than I can. And same thing in the other side. So let's try again, forward, side, back. In this moment I'm separating the 4 different moments, just to understand what's happening. Let's try also in the other direction, so forward and side and back and side. And let's try to make it continue to join this point again, forward and side and back and side, and you will feel your leg doing some adjustment. So you have to follow this adjustment, you have to feel where you have the weight, so the knees have to follow, they have to do what they have to do to keep the shimmy, but to keep especially your rotation. So again, I will try with the hand here just to change. Forward and side and back and side and forward again and back and side and forward. Let's try to change direction. Forward, side, back, side. I do my best not to move the upper body again. I'm going slowly, also with the shimmy, just to understand, to feel the move. And this is what you should do in the beginning. Sometimes to go slow, it's more difficult than to go fast, because when you go fast, you lose something in your path. So sometimes you lose exactly the technique that you need to improve. So better sometimes to slow down a little bit. Of course, it will be harder and give also less satisfaction, because you don't see the big effect, but it will be a big effect in your body, because you learn really the control. Remember that this is a dance of control and not a dance of release, whatever it happens. Again. And now I try to go a little bit faster. Again, in the other side. Of course, you can do this type of move also with a big rotation, but there will be some small change. I will try with you, so let's go forward. First of all, to do big, you have to open more. And we know that in big rotation we need to keep most of the time our knees stretched. So here comes the difficulty, because you know with the shimmy you need to bend it a little bit. So you have to integrate these two kinds of energy. Again, forward and side. And here I'm really working in the leg who keep the weight, and go back. In this case, of course, I use my upper body, because it's the type of move that require it. Here I'm working much with the leg who keep the weight, and then forward, and I change the direction. So and here we are. Hope you enjoy this move, and it's not actually a move that you will use maybe much, but always useful to learn it to make your dance different, full of tricks, not to repeat always the same 5 moves that you already know. The first 5 that normally you learn is the one that you always use. And sometimes we need to change to give more variety to our audience, also to enjoy more ourselves, correct? Tell me what you think about it in the comment. Thank you for watching, and see you tomorrow with another video.